Hello, my name is Becky, and I'm in charge of taking care of the Castle of the Dead. Today I'm here to tell you guys a bit about what to expect lore-wise this season. We ended the last cap with Sirocco and Ozma's death. Both, however, being apostles and stuff, didn't die easily, of course. Sirocco's death spread seeds of knowledge throughout the worlds due to her will to defy Hilder's plans being too great even in death, while Ozma's death results in his power of chaos being released in a last-ditch effort to bring destruction to the world. Even though it's been quite a while since you've all killed her, you will be able to continue to see how Sirocco's seeds affect the future in the level 110 cap, starting with Mikhail of the Holy Eye. As I said earlier, Ozma unleashes his chaos at the end of Ozma Raid, but thanks to a whisper from Sirocco's seed about Hilder's plans, Mikhail steps in to absorb the energy, not just to save the others, but also in part to throw another wrench in Hilder's, or as Sirocco calls her, that bitch plans. This ends up starting the War of the Saints, the great big mess of brethren killing between the priests of the pacifist Lymidia Basilica and the ruthless Lymidia Capella. Like, yeah, when have you ever seen Ober that angry? And so the level 110 cap story begins, with Empyrean as the main backdrop this time. As the adventurer, you will travel through the sacred yet tainted sanctum of Lamidios to save or dispose of Apostle Mikhail, into the dimensional storm alongside Iris and Saran to journey through time while investigating the seeds Sirocco left behind, foil the covert operations of the treacherous Empyrean nobles and their attempts to harness the power of the Seven Maesters' legacy, investigate the stirrings of entities thought to be long dead in the aftermath of Soldaros and Cassius' battle, which was, of course, my home. I was so angry when they trashed it and just left. And more. Experience the gameplay and live the lore through the 8 new normal dungeons and 2 new advanced dungeons. Along with these new dungeons will come the neutralization system, a new dungeon mechanic added to ramp up Dungeon Fighter Online's signature action-packed gameplay. The basics are as follows. Number 1, bosses have neutralization gauges. Number 2, they each have their own unique weakness to specific abnormal statuses. Number 3, attack with skills that apply the abnormal status they are weak to, or with neutralized type attacks to deplete the gauge. Number 4, once they are neutralized, stunlock and destroy. This system will ensure that dungeons can be cleared in special different ways depending on your playstyle and character customization. Be sure to find out how to make the best use of this neutralization system so you can get the most action and efficiency out of each dungeon you enter. Tigger will be telling you a bit more about this soon. Anyways guys, it was nice meeting you all. This was Becky, and I hope to see you all in DFO very soon.
Hi, my name is Tigger, and I'm the community manager for DFO. Just like the volume of the lore introduced by Dooney, there's endless content waiting for you in the level 110 cap. I think the keyword for this level cap is diversity. It's fun to build characters according to this keyword while farming various types of items. As an example, let me introduce my own 3 characters and their builds. First of all, my Netmaster uses multi-hit attacks to shock the enemy. The core item of this build is the vigorous Redder Guard. I choose Shock as it was an abnormal status that fit the character's concept. And I could definitely a renewal in action-packed gameplay for my Netmaster along with the flashy facts. Although it may feel a bit underwhelming before the shock is activated, the rush that you get when it's activated by stacking the status with multi-hits is amazing. I'm now able to inflict tons of damage onto enemies thanks to the Netmaster's speedy playstyle and Spire Nance multi-hits. Next, my Spectre is now a character who operates only on MP while at 1% of her maximum HP. Of course, it's a very risky build, but she deals that much more damage. This build requires the suppressed mana bracelet item. Sometimes I was worried that I would die from using too many skills and losing too much MP. But using recovery items quickly fixed that. I can say that I now use more mana 8 than Lemmy's Touch. Lastly, here's my main character, the Dark Templar. During the level 100 cap, she used to use her skills to defeat enemies, but in the level 110 cap, however, I'm having a blast clearing dungeons by using just clicking the X key non-stop as my build for her is now focused around her auto attack. This build uses the auto attack enhancing effect of the Super Black Pants item. Although my Dark Templar doesn't use skills like she did before, she can now herd her enemies into one place with auxiliary moves like Black Mirror, then defeat them all with one slice of her sword to clear dungeons. These examples are but a few of the possible builds that you can create in the level 110 update, as there is a wide variety of equipment configurations available. Go check out the in-game encyclopedia if you want to learn more about what diverse items are out there. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of creative builds you all come up with in Dungeon Fighter line. Now then, let's go meet the developer who will explain the level 110 update in more detail.
Hello, I'm MJ from the DFO dev team. As Tigger introduced, the level 100 expansion update will feature a wide variety of item concepts. But what would you need to do in order to spec up these items? To answer that question, I'd like to introduce the Golden Barrel, a key material that you will be using throughout the level 100 update. And let's go into the details of what this Golden Barrel is actually then. First of all, there's an option growth system in this cap that increases the level of items. You can combine items of the same part to empower your equipment to a higher level. If you combine the same equipment that has similar item levels, more level growth can be observed. Next, there is an option level transfer system that allows you to move item levels when an item requires the superior item. Also, when you get an item that you really need, but the item level is low, you can transfer the item level of other equipment to that item. And finally, I would like to talk about the option transfer system. A special custom equipment will become available in this level 110 update. You can transfer options between this custom equipment, which will allow you to customize your equipment into a type you want. There are a wide variety of options including reduced skill cooldowns, elemental damage, abnormal status damage, and more. As a result, unlike equipment with unique options, custom equipment can be adjusted in detail during the level 110 cap, allowing you to focus on the concept of your chosen equipment build. So, adventurers, try to become more powerful by using Golden Barrel. I really hope you enjoy the upcoming 110 expansion update, and I'll also do my best to create a better DFO experience for you all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is YJ and I work in event and sales design for DFO. Among the tasks that I have worked on, some of the ones I think you might remember are Mr. Geyser Stone and Epic Road 2020 and the album pass. As MJ said, the core material of 110 contents is the Golden Barrel. And I think maybe Mrs. Golden Barrel might even make a debut sometime this year. Anyway, I'm here to talk about the sales item that will happen in the new update. The first thing I'm going to talk about is changes to emblems. Emblems are one of the most difficult challenges to all players when they want to play a new character. We have found the problem our DFO players have with emblems, and I have heard your voice via our communities and CAs. In fact, when I checked the in-game distribution status, it was pretty obvious that the emblems issue was quite pain in the ass. As a solution, we are trying to making emblems more affordable via Kanna's weekly and monthly sales shop, which is going to be completely renewed. Now you will be able to get emblems on regular basis from Kanna's weekly and monthly sales shop. What's even better is that the emblems are now purchasable with in-game gold. Of course, there will be some purchase limit to ensure safety of our game economy. But they will be surprised to the degree where gameplay is actually playable. And finally, there will be major changes to Lost Treasure system. It is not just getting renewed, but it will be totally replaced with a new system called Dungeon. What I think is extremely important is that a player should be given a definitive return for what they have paid for. If you use $1, you should be able to get at least $1 worth of good. And of course, you should get lucky sometimes. The difference between failure and success was too huge in the existing LG system. It was structured in a way that cannot satisfy everyone for their investment. Our new Danji system goals is to resolve that kind of experience. Danji's item composition and item rate balancing are designed with great attention to the point and new mechanism have been developed to ensure a set minimum of return for the least fortunate users. Of course, if you're lucky, you're going to get a return that's a few times or maybe even a few dozen times better. Danji Fat will be able to be purchased in the in-game seller shop, just like the previous skeleton keys. And of course, any skeleton keys that remain in your possession can be exchanged for Danji Fat at a 3-to-1 ratio from the seller shop. The reason for this rate is because, as most of you know, it takes 3 skeleton keys to open one RT, but each Danji pot costs only 1 pot. Although there will be many new sets that will be introduced to DFO in the future. This is all I have to tell you guys today. I want to say thank you to all our DFO adventures and also hope that you will show a lot of support for the upcoming big update. Thank you.
Hola, soy DJ. Se ha introducido bastante contenido hasta el momento. Como último presentador, explicaré con más detalle algunos de los contenidos que podrían interesarles. ¿Cuál es el contenido principal de la actualización? El contenido de esta actualización se puede dividir en 5 categorías principales: la renovación de Mail Netmaster Spitfire, la expansión de nivel 110, nuevas mazmorras y áreas, nuevos equipos y artículos y mejoras de conveniencia. ¿Cuál es el nuevo contenido? Las nuevas mazmorras incluyen 8 mazmorras normales, 2 mazmorras avanzadas y mazmorras especiales. Después de completar la misión, completa 8 mazmorras y mazmorras avanzadas a través de Filacia y obtén las recompensas. Los equipos épicos que caen en cada nueva mazmorra son diferentes, así que asegúrate de verificar la información antes de ingresar. Las mazmorras normales se dividen en dificultad y a medida que aumenta la dificultad, el nivel de las opciones al equipo épico también aumentan, por lo que completar las mazmorras de mayor dificultad te ayudará a crecer más rápido. Elvenmere es una mazmorra especial dirigida a nuevos usuarios y está ubicada a la izquierda de Hendonmire. Reúne rápidamente las recompensas y el equipo como nuevo usuario recolectando Leaf Coin que puede ser obtenido de la mazmorra. Además, no hay consumo de fatiga o durabilidad en esta mazmorra. Entonces, como nuevo usuario, es recomendado jugar esta mazmorra con regularidad. Compra varios objetos con la moneda especial Leaf Coin que se puede obtener una vez a la semana por cada etapa. ¿Qué pasará con los artefactos míticos actuales? Se ha mejorado la fama del aventurero de los artefactos míticos y se ha ajustado el rendimiento del equipo. Puedes comprar objetos míticos en la Raid Shop desmontándolos o recogiendo Guiding Lights. ¿Qué contenido será eliminado? Serán eliminadas las mazmorras Transcendent Altar, Altar of Infinity, Mount Cullen, Imperial Arena, Pandemonium Meeting, The Night of Revelation y Dark Dimension. Y en cuanto a los canales, Imperial Arena, Pandemonium Meeting, Dark Dimension y The Night of Revelation serán eliminados. Finalmente, ¿qué son los Play Points? Los Play Points se ganan a medida que consumes Fatigue Points. Puedes ganar un Play Point mientras consumes 30 Fatigue Points. Estos puntos se acumulan por personaje y se pueden mantener hasta un máximo de 100. Compra varios objetos en la Point Shop con los Play Points acumulados. Esperamos que a través de esta actualización más usuarios disfruten de Dungeon Fighter Online.
We are so happy to finally tell you that the level 110 cap update is finally here.
We would like to thank all of our DFO adventurers.
And we hope you enjoy your new adventure that will start on July 12th.
Long live DFO!